Welcome to episode number 86 of the BEBC
BS
Podcast. Boy, I just screamed that, didn't I?
What? Kinda.
It was kind of loud. Sorry,
It's all
guys.
You'll fix it in post.
Post-production.
Insert this.
Yeah. Hey, Southlake, insert this.
Boy, I felt like saying that a bunch of times yesterday.
Yeah,
Good
to all
Lord.
our Dargan fans, I'm sure you're going to listen to this because you really want to know what we think.
Yeah. Oh, boy. We have Dargan fans?
Yeah, right.
Sure, we do.
I bet there's not a person in Southlake outside of Mike Golden that knows we does this.
Louise does this.
Because they have,
Ba-dee.
we can't even speak right.
Hibbity.
Well, it is December the 5th.
We played in December. I remember this team. I don't care if they win or well, I do care if they win or lose. But
Let's just remember that in 2 days it's Pearl Harbor Day.
oh, that's right.
A day which will live in infamy.
It will. It still has. Y'all been to Pearl?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, I'd like to go.
You have not been to Pearl?
I have not.
I know you've been.
I've not been to Hawaii.
It's awesome.
I hear it's really expensive.
Very. I found out I had
It's a long way to go for
a
a
distant
coconut.
relative on the Arizona, and his name is etched in the memorial.
Really?
up there. Yeah, I had no idea. And then we confirmed it when I got back home through some archives that we have. Sure enough, yeah.
Archives in the basement.
Because my last name is not a normal spelling.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, normal. Yeah, Mark, you wouldn't know what I'm talking
I have
about.
no idea what you're talking about. You two guys.
Kapotzi?
Right. Really?
Shouldn't that be
it's like
epoxy?
Smith?
You know, this is always a day every year that we don't like very much. You know,
And some years we don't even we don't even
we
acknowledge
don't
it.
even acknowledge that it happened.
find it available.
But we're going to this year because there's you know, for those of you who don't know, which you should if you're listening to this, Alan was in the regional final yesterday
Fourth round.
up against the
It's a big deal.
old playoff nemesis Carroll Dragons.
Right.
They ain't old.
The streak. We have a streak with them.
Yes, we do.
And unfortunately we're on
We're
the
on the wrong side of
losing
that
end of that
streak.
streak.
Yeah.
It is a streak you want to break.
And it's a Dodge.
We only like
a
playing it during the
Dodge-inspired
regular
streak.
season.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's hollow.
You know what?
It's hollow solace that we've whipped their
Kudos to
butt.
Southlake. They were a well-oiled machine yesterday.
yeah.
And I mean, they
Absolutely.
were. They were very extremely disciplined, and
Their defensive
their
coordinator
game plan was
Yep.
fantastic.
Defensive coordinator dialed up some really great looks and blitzes and coverage. Just
Yeah.
enough to intimidate and get in the head and
And
kill the
that's
will
the
of
end
a
of the
sophomore
podcast.
quarterback. Yeah. All right, we're done.
All right, we'll see y'all next year.
Bye.
It's been fun. Oh, we forgot to talk basketball. Oh. No, I think we all felt
should-
relatively good given the week before.
Yeah. They performed exceedingly well.
And the
against
second
Trinity.
half of the week before that, when you had a 35-0 run in the second half against Lake Highlands.
And then something just
And
clicked.
so what are you saying? Then it's all up to coaches and play calling at that point?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah. Well, actually, I did.
You did.
Guilty.
And so I felt pretty confident. At least it would be a competitive game. You know, Carroll's never easy.
No.
But you felt good about our offense moving the ball and scoring.
The question for me,
Yeah.
and I think I told James as he called the other night, we talked about for a little bit, was, okay, offense is clicking. The question is, can the defense get the 1, 2, 3 stops that you're going to need to allow to make Carroll chase you? Same thing we said last week when we were talking about Trinity. See, she laid down. Told you she would.
Good dog.
That's the way I kind of went into the game. And so you feel, okay, yeah, you know, you look at Southlake, and you're like, quarterbacks are 60% passer. You know, it's not the glitz and glamour. You know, they've got a 1,900-yard rusher, but he's not your flashy.
Yeah.
You know, he's not an Ollie Gordon type. You know, he's a meat, potatoes, sack lunch type guy.
Yeah.
Very good.
Quick cuts. Can get through the hole quick.
But you don't look at it and go, they're just going to, they don't overwhelm you other than they just win.
Right.
So
And
I went in
they
thinking,
game plan you.
great,
Yeah.
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 We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
I mean, clearly, I was making the assumption going into this game that we needed to play clean. We couldn't have any bad breaks, whether they were forced by the other team or whether we just, screwed up. And we had some.
Yep.
So that was not good.
Yep.
And they certainly weren't caused by Southlake.
So Allen gets the ball first. You're like, okay, let's make them chase us.
They were chasing us.
Well,
One
they
of
were
us-
chasing our sophomore quarterback.
First play.
First play from scrimmage, he runs to the right and off he goes. And I leaned over at Al and I said, do you remember several years ago on the same field, the first play from scrimmage, Kyler Murray goes to the right?
Against Geyer?
Yeah. And I said,
All right. Now,
that was a flashback.
Exactly.
That was a total flashback.
well, so put on your way back hat,
Uh-oh.
and let's go back to the 2006. There you go. The 2006 playoff game against Southlake Carroll. It was the last one that we had until 2009. But that 2006, we started out like a bat out of you-know-what. And so we ended up going down and
Where's you know
score.
what?
We stopped them. We were then going down to their end to score. Nathan Dick throws an interception, and it was Easy's big brother, Nwachuku, and they end up intercepting it, run it back. Nathan chases him, gets down to maybe the 15, 20, 25-yard line,
Oh, that's when he got hurt.
lays it out there, ends up throwing out his shoulder. So he's out of the game.
Bogey.
But that was the turning point of that game. And you thought, okay, we got a chance. Oh, crap. It just crashed and burned. But I got that same kind of feeling. Now, on the Southlake side, our friend that you mentioned, SLC Dragon fan, had said, yeah, when I saw that first run, I felt sick. And it's like, yeah, we wanted that to happen, but it didn't last.
No.
It was like
All good things must come to
the,
an end.
Well,
the Dramamine kicked in. And
I didn't get real. I mean, yeah, I was excited about that play and so forth, but I was like, "Come on, that's the first play of the game. Yeah, we've seen this before."
there's a lot of football.
But it's not that I meent that in a negative way, but I just the way I came into this game is I wanted to make sure I didn't get too high and then get too low and so forth, and then our defense came out and played well in that first series against Southlake, and then we get the ball back, and then we kind of drive a little bit, and then next thing you know, we can't get it. We just kind of stall, and I just get the feeling from that point forward, we just kind of stalled the whole rest of the game, and
That sums it up. Okay, we're done.
Well, judging by the energy in this room today,
It does drain you. I
Get
don't know
some
how
more
y'all
energy.
feel, but it's just like
dude, I was
Again,
so ready to be home last night.
it's such a passion of ours.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think people understand that of the nonsense that we do anything, but it's such a passion, and when that gets ripped away from you, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked down yesterday when we were driving home and didn't realize. I looked down. I was like, I'm going 90 miles an hour. I was like, oh god.
You pulled a David.
I did. I never drive that fast. I was like,
Lead foot.
we got in that express
Aperitif.
lane on an HOV lane, and I looked down. I was like,
How'd y'all get home? Which way did y'all go?
down 35 to 121?
We couldn't. We had to. Well, y'all. We were on the other side of the highway, and by the time we got to our truck, his car, it was.
Jammed.
Oh, dude, there was nothing moving heading north.
I guess we timed it just right.
we ended up having to cut through town and take 380.
Oh no, we were.
Well, I drowned my sorrows. I got to your house. I
had me
picked
a
up my car.
cocktail.
I had my bowling equipment loaded in the back of my car. I went directly over to JB's Allen Bowl. Proceeded to win $371 in the color pin. They call me a
Seriously?
sandbagger, but I cleaned up, my friend. And then they're saying, "Hey, are you going to show up for practice Sunday morning?" And I said, "I don't know. Depends on what my wife says when I come home." So I peel out the money. I give her 140. Here's your part
Here's
of the
your
win.
cut.
And I said, "I'm gonna go bowl in the morning." Yeah, no problem. 20. 40, 68.
That's funny.
Well, now you know how James does it. So
But
back to the game.
yeah, exactly. It took a little bit of the sting off,
Yeah.
but I think all of us, I don't know, I was prepared because we were definitely the underdogs in this game, and so you've been through it enough that it's not going to kill you to lose a game. Hate it with a passion.
Yep.
Hate it
Well,
with a passion.
This will sound crappy, but I was wondering what team was going to show up. Like all the Southlake
Yeah.
people online, they're saying, well, so is the Trinity Allen team going to show up or the Prosper Allen? Prosper.
Well, but they
Well-
pretty much did what Prosper did.
Prosper showed up.
Except that.
Yeah.
Your hat's
Let's
still
walk through this
backwards.
a little bit. But I want to come back to that point
Okay.
because Allen scores. They go up 7-0. Southlake
Right.
goes 3 and out.
Right.
You're like,
6 plays. Good
perfect.
stop.
You still got momentum. Everybody's energized. Allen gets the ball at their. Tyson returns the punt to the Eagle 48. You're like, you're okay. You're at midfield.
Yeah.
Let's go. And you get down to the Dragon 36, and on, boy, this is so jacked up.
No, it basically, then we ran it, and then we're down at the Dragon 34.
Yeah, and then we get to the 44, and
What?
we go back to punt on
Right.
4th down. The snap,
Goes over the punter's head.
I think he just missed it. We haven't.
No, it went over his
Over his
head.
head.
Yeah.
Cool. I
Yeah,
know
it
it
went
went
over
over
his
his head,
head.
but I know his hands were up there.
Maybe he
just
wasn't ready for it to go over, but
Yeah,
he
but
does,
look,
and
it
he
goes over his
chases
head. He
after
gets
it.
it. He attempts to punt it.
Peels out to the left.
There's 2 guys there, and he punts it, and it doesn't go very far at all.
No.
A couple yards. Diego picks it up and runs for 9 yards. Gets down to the 35, which doesn't give Allen a first down, and that is
Turnover
when
on downs. Yeah.
things started going south.
And
And Southlake scores on their next 5 possessions.
Yeah.
Well, and here's a question for you. How many times this year has our punter had one sail over his head?
It's the first time.
I can't remember
first
that it
time.
happened before. So those are the types of
Yeah.
flukes. And it's like nobody's to blame for it. It just happens. You just hope it doesn't happen when it's one and done.
Yeah, it's a bad time of year for things to be happening.
Yeah.
Did I really just see you do that?
I do it all the time.
what do you do?
He separates
Sorted my Skittles by color.
color.
Freaking racist.
Wow!
I can get the fruit flavor
It's
of each one.
Exactly. It's
Rather than
CFO
a-
behavior.
The
rather-
rainbow is separated into colors.
There you go.
Thank you.
Rather than a fruit salad, I want each individual fruit. Thank you very much.
The savor.
Dude, can we get back
Mark's
to
just a
football?
fruity kind of guy.
Hey, we're trying to fill an hour here, okay?
Oh, is that what we're doing?
I thought we were shooting for 15.
15 hours or 15 minutes?
Yeah, so you got a
You
nine-play
got Nimrod
nine-play
taking all the
nothing burger.
purples.
Yeah.
What the hell? Nolan.
I did 3 and
Purples and
3.
reds.
Yeah, all the flavors.
All right, so we
Why
got a
don't you take the
9-play nothing
lemons?
burger. And
God, are those a waste of sugar or what? Those are yellow ones.
and the Southlake gets in, what do?
Drive the length of the field. And they score, and it's 7-7. Allen gets the ball back. On first down, Jenkins rushes for 1.
Oh,
On second down, Hawkins
just-
goes back to pass. He throws his pass. It gets tipped by the receiver.
right?
Pick 6.
And a pick 6 the other way.
Yeah.
That was a rough 2 plays right there.
And all the momentum.
Because not only swung, but it swung 360 and then another 180. And
Yeah. It's all on that stupid green side of the field. And not just because it's UNT.
Yeah. Well, you know, we consulted what I would consider a logo expert.
A logo expert?
Yeah, absolutely. And the Dragons
And what did
logo,
this person say?
he said their logo sucks.
Well,
It needs to be freshened up, and I said, well, maybe it's crappy logo tradition. I don't know.
Protect that tradition.
Well, you got to protect the
That was
tradition.
very random.
No, it's in the flow of the game, man. That's about when we got that text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next series starts. Allen gets the ball back with the touchback. They start at their own 25. Hawkins' first play rushes for 48 yards. Down to the Dragon 27. And then Turner rushes for 2. Good God, this thing's messed up. No, listen, I'm going to read what the morning news says.
I understand.
Run. First down and 10 at the Eagles 25. Mike Hawkins rushes for 48 yards to the Dragon 27.
First down and 10 at the Eagle 27. How does that work?
Devin Turner rushes for 2 yards to the Eagle 29. Now, we were just on the Dragon 27. Now we're on the Eagle 29. Somebody help me.
Help me.
Anyhow, it's a 12 play drive
Big long drive.
that ends up getting down back into Dragon territory again.
Barely, yeah.
And they get a fourth down, and they end
Fourth and 5, yeah.
They end up punting, and I just love the morning news. Devin Turner punts 36 yards.
Did he really?
That's what it
Well,
said.
down to the
Great.
Dragon 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It was a great punt by Devin Turner.
Way to go, Devin.
Yeah,
You're a multi.
look at you getting credit for
Talented athlete.
Multifaceted.
things you do. And the Dragons turn
Athlete.
around and proceed to go 93 yards.
Well, maybe the Dallas News pulled an Allen and just had a hiccup there. You know how they were doing things.
Okay, can I insert a question there?
You may.
Insert-
Now that they have driven
Yes.
several times
drove.
since they drove it, would it have been interesting to see a blitz from the Allen defense? Because we either rushed 4 or we rushed 3. Nobody blitzed.
Very much straight up meat and potatoes from
Yeah.
us.
It
So
appeared
you've got
to be
5 guys blocking R3,
Yeah.
and their guys standing back there like Kyler used to during the 2013 campaign, just picking us apart.
Or when they saw the 3-man front, they ran the ball. And you know we talked about this before we started this podcast. Carroll ended up with 288 yards rushing.
Completely flips the script on what you would expect from Carroll.
Totally. And it was more than Trinity ran for last week.
Did we didn't sack Caden Anderson? Did we get any pressures on him? Maybe
A
a
couple
little.
of times we made him scramble a little bit. But
Nowhere near what you want to have.
no, you look to me, and again, we aren't coaches. We understand that, but that whole package they put in the Geyer game,
Yeah.
when you got somebody back there that you know is going to throw the ball, and you know they're going to be pretty efficient at it, you got to make him uncomfortable. And I just don't think he was uncomfortable most of the day.
No.
No.
Well, we're not coaches,
Yeah,
but
we
we're
are.
not dumb. We know what dumb is. Come on.
We're above coaches.
No.
We are observers.
Yeah, in the stands above the coaches.
Yeah. But below the coaches in the press box.
They had coaches in the press box.
And that's why I brought up the Prosper thing.
Yeah.
Rush 3, drop 8.
Right.
Never works, guys. Never works.
It was.
Yeah.
Now, and again, their quarterback is not Quinn Ewers, obviously.
No.
And he was a 60% passer coming into the game. He was 52% yesterday. It's not like they were.
Lighten it up.
Yeah, he wasn't 17
was
of
a four.
19.
But
He was a 47-point quarterback.
our
Yep.
defense couldn't contain the
41.
edge, and they got some good blocking
They had
schemes.
47 points.
Yeah, but they had a pick 6, so he didn't get credit for that.
Exactly.
Well, you should have.
So, but look, looking through some of the film,
Yep.
they ended up getting their running back. Our DBs and our linebackers, we were bringing the heat. We were trying to stop gaps, but it's that second level. If they come in too quick and too hard, then when the running back does a quick shift, you can't adjust. And so he breaks through, and he did that multiple times.
Yep.
And that's a discipline issue. That's a patience issue, timing issue. Maybe he gets better next year because, like you said, we got a lot of linebackers coming back. Okay.
So the Eagles get the ball back, trailing 21-7 at this point. They move to the Dragon 48, Mike Hawkins completes a pass to Tyson out in the flat. Tyson starts to run. He gets hit by a DB.
Right, just in the right spot. Boom, ball pops out.
Ball's up in the air. A fumble lost. Dragons recover. And that's one of the things we've talked about all year with this team is that turnover bug. Mm-hmm. You already got a pick 6. Now you got a fumble. Dragons turn around, go 9 plays, 52 yards, miss an extra point, so it's 27-7. And just like that, you're feeling
A lot of pressure.
guys, instead of being in the lead dog out front, now you're chasing. And
Certainly able to catch up.
yeah, you hope.
Well, right.
But you
Things
don't.
have got to change.
Yep. You have a 3 and out on your next series. Carroll goes 15 plays, 69 yards, scores again to make it 27-7.
Yeah. Repeat that.
Excuse me.
15 plays. It's a good, long, sustained drive.
34-7. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man. Allen does get the ball back, and they do drive on this one.
Right. Before halftime. Yeah.
Yep. Excuse me. And the big play in this series was actually on first down when they first got the ball. Mm-hmm. Hawkins goes back to pass. He steps up in the pocket because the pressure's on him. And he did. I went back and watched the video. It's online today. He threw that ball almost 75 yards in the air.
Isn't that amazing?
And Jordan caught it.
Great catch. Way to go, Jordan.
Yeah, down to the Dragon 23-yard line. He just heaved that thing. A couple plays later, one of the Yak boys, Jacob Bradger, catches a 7-yard touchdown. And so with 25 seconds left in the half, you've cut the lead to 20.
Right.
And you feel like, okay, we've done something here. Can you carry that
A little
momentum
bit
out?
of momentum back. Yeah.
The second half, you don't get the ball first, but at least you've got the feel goods as opposed to letting them score again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Excuse me.
kickoff, Dragons get the ball, and they end up punting from their own 35.
Like 14 plays, 11 play.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know where the 11 plays came from, but they end up having to punt. So you're okay. We scored on our last drive of the first half. We just held them again.
Oh, right.
Wasn't it a 3 and out?
No, they got it. The way this reads,
They took a knee going into halftime, basically.
Right.
And so
he's
then
talking about the first series.
yeah,
of
the
third.
first series after halftime was that 11 play series, and they had to punt.
They actually got
They went 11 plays?
Yeah.
they got a first down, and then they punted on the second series.
Yeah.
Allen gets the ball at their own 23. First pass goes 28 yards, a slant or a post.
Yep. To Tyson.
It was open in the
Tyson
first.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was open. It was there.
Yeah, well, because we saw that in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Bradger was open a couple times over the middle,
Right.
just by himself, and
Hey.
of course things are going on. It's kind of that washing machine effect we talked about.
Yeah.
Your quarterback's got to be able to see where he's throwing the ball.
Yeah, if some kid wouldn't have wrecked his knee, he could have been there to block.
Oh,
Whoever that kid is.
Feel
Just
so
saying.
bad. Feel so bad for
Gorski,
him.
brother,
Dude.
we're thinking about you. We know you're probably not feeling real well today, and you certainly didn't feel good yesterday. I know it wasn't any good to.
But we need you.
Oh, we need you.
KNEED.
Praying for you, brother. Get that thing healed up. Number 33, for those of you who don't know Gorski is, he was hurt early in the first half. Allen gets the ball and they drive the 28-yarder to begin with. They get in Dragon territory. They get down to the 22, and on 3rd and 9, Hawkins gets sacked on a blitz.
Minus 10 yards.
10-yard loss. And Caden Williams misses a 49-yard field goal.
And it looks like when he gets those long field goals that he's trying to put something extra on it. And if he just kicks an extra point, he'd have plenty of leg.
Yes.
But that's that psychological thing. I know when I get up to a par 5 and it's a wide open fairway, I try and kill it. Chili dip.
Yeah. Well, the Dragons go 3 and out after the missed field goal. So you're thinking, okay, we're hanging in there.
No harm, no foul.
They punt. Y'all are going to laugh for those of you who don't know. Come here, Riley. Come here. Hey,
Riley,
don't stick your head under the table.
Yeah,
Don't
there
be
you go.
camera shy.
This is Riley.
This is Riley. This is the good Riley. Yesterday we played the bad Riley. So just keep in mind.
They look alike, but
good.
Arf,
Yeah.
arf.
This is good Riley.
You, my
here.
buddy.
Get the ball at the 16. They get a first down. They get another first down into Dragon territory. And then they have 4th and 4 at the 36, and they throw an incomplete pass. And so it's the same old story. You see this with a lot of teams. Between the 20s or between the 30s, they have no problem. They get down in there, outside
Defense
the red
tightens
zone.
up, does something, whatever.
And they just can't seem to overcome the opportunity. They have so many opportunities
Yeah.
to score, to get some points, and they just can't get it done.
And they're trying. I mean, the kids are out there just playing their
Yes.
hearts out.
They sure are.
No.
Well, there are some
Let's start
People
calling
out
you
there.
Captain Obvious.
people out there it's not so obvious to, my friend. If those kids had just, it's like, shut up.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about in the crowd.
Yeah. In the bleachers.
Had one of them by me yesterday. Southlake gets the ball back, goes 10 plays, 64 yards.
Touchdown.
Owen Allen scores again
Again.
to make the score 40-14.
And now you know
I think
how
at that
it's-
point,
Yeah.
church. But the Eagles don't give up. They go 9 plays, 60 yards. Again, get down into Dragon territory. Get to the 15-yard line. And then they have 4th down. And they have another incomplete pass.
Wah, wah.
Southlake gets the ball back. 19 plays, 85 yards. A big time sucker on that one was.
Oh, it was.
And they score again to make the score 47-14. Allen gets the ball, goes 7 plays, 75 yards. The long play in that drive being another Yak boy, Jordan Roberson,
Yep.
47-yard catch down to the 4-yard line. And Hawkins takes it in for a touchdown. And that's your ball game. Final being Southlake 47, Allen 21. And so the 2021 football season for the Allen Eagles
Adios.
It's
is
in the
over.
books. It's done.
And so Matt Diggs on Twitter last night said, okay, guys, all my Eagle buddies,
Open question.
your first year of Chad Morris is behind you now. What are your thoughts?
The Chad Morris Project.
Yeah. And so
Did you see my response?
I did not. I saw his. I didn't see yours.
Yeah, I saw yours.
must have come late.
No,
Yeah, I said-
his was before mine. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I missed it.
You just
yeah, Nolan's on the ball.
I mean, it was like I basically said. I didn't expect much.
You didn't say
I'm trying to
nothing.
remember what I said. What did I
Here.
say?
Always
We can
remember
look it
and never
up.
forget.
Well, I've been bantering with all these idiots out there on Twitter, and it's way down here.
No.
There's idiots on Twitter.
Shocker.
Woo pig.
Ugh.
Yeah, I can't even find it.
Okay. Fill in the time. Just string it out.
But I basically said, you know what? I wasn't expecting much this season in the playoffs for Allen this year, but yeah, and again the game was ugly. I mean, we had everything that could go wrong went wrong with the turnovers and the pick sixes and all that kind of stuff. But I basically said, this was his first year. I'm more excited to see what happens in year 2 and year 3 with this team, with what we've got coming up and so forth. So, I mean,
Yeah. And I think my response was, hey, look, when you replace not only the head coach,
Yeah.
you're almost by definition going to be replacing a lot of the sub coaches, position coaches,
which
we did.
We only kept one.
Exactly. And so then you've got to try and build some kind of cohesion in the locker room with the kids. Because you've got the old admin, old regime, and then you've got to build some synergy with the new coaches. So all in all, my takeout is a positive, for the way at least the Trinity game went, the rest of the season. Hawkins progressed amazingly through the season. Devin Turner progressed amazingly through the season. And a lot of the kids, the linebackers, there was almost across the board progression, and the coaches too. So I'm with Nolan. I want to see what happens next year or the year after that. We're going to keep talent coming up through the system.
Yeah.
We talked about that offline before the podcast.
Well, I hope, as far as the defense goes, I hope that it was a personnel problem and not a systemic problem. Otherwise,
Well, we hear all sorts of great
we'll have
feedback.
no defense in Allen.
Yeah, we hear all sorts of great feedback about Branscombe, and so the expectation is really high.
Yeah,
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
they've got a full year to go through the system.
Well, and I think that's the key.
Winter ball, spring ball.
Yeah, spring ball last year wasn't really spring
All
ball
the
for
seniors
these
had
guys.
learned under Coach Kane and Coach Gamble.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you got some guy coming in saying, well, we know that you're programmed to do that, but we want you to do this.
Right.
And that there's some schizophrenia going on there that
That's a big word.
I don't even know what it means.
I love it.
Me and my friends,
Yeah.
we don't.
You don't even know what it means.
But Jay, you got an opportunity for
But they talk
off-season
to me all the
conditioning.
time.
Yeah.
The skill players to get their 7-on-7 down and just get really into it. We're going to have to rebuild the whole offensive line, so that's going to be a test.
We got some size coming up from JB,
coaches,
and that'll be interesting to see. There's some big boys on that.
We
on
got
that team.
Coach Cockrell that'll teach them how to cover people, hopefully.
There's a lot. I mean, any coach will sit back and look, and any fan will sit back. And again, we have we are fortunate that James provides us game film where we can go back and watch. And,
Slow-mo, whatever.
Yeah,
From
slow-mo, or we can
different
look
angle,
at a
maybe.
play over and over again. We can look at a different aspect of the play because 90% of the time when you're watching a play, you're watching the ball.
Yeah.
Where's it going? Who has it? What's and the things you don't see that happen or don't happen to make a play successful or non-successful, you typically miss unless it's a missed block right in front of where the ball carrier is supposed to go or something,
Right.
or it throws an interception. You see that, but if you're a coach, it's easy to look at film and say, okay, this happened like it was supposed to. That's why it was successful. This did not happen. Film changes so much.
Well, and let me tell you about the
It's an
evolution of
eye-opener.
film.
It is.
The evolution of film, ever since Huddle came in, it used to be, let us send you our tape. So they'd send you game tape. But now you've got Huddle, which digitizes everything. They can go in and say, what does this team do on third down? So you'll see every third down play.
Yeah.
What do they do here? And so there's the
database is
ability
just
to sort and
tremendous.
isolate. Maybe people in the stands don't realize their ability to break down another team and break down their own team and do
Well,
position.
And their own
film.
team is being broken down the same way
Yeah, by the other team.
Yeah, it's a circle.
Boys, I got to say something though. I can't.
Say it.
I can't
Please.
believe we haven't brought this up yet.
Oh, God.
Talk to me.
Oh, God.
Our pregame meal.
Yeah, we're gonna get to
Oh.
that. But we got to finish football first because
I thought we were.
that's a whole sentence. No,
I was done about 5 o'clock yesterday.
yeah,
Oh, continue.
we had to force him to come here today. But no, this team, I think it progressed. Remember the first 3 or 4 games when we were having turnover issues at the Wazoo?
Yeah.
Oh,
and all of a
it was
sudden
very-
that kind of went away.
very jittery,
I
very
think
suspect.
coaching came into play
Yep.
there.
Mm-hmm.
The players took some accountability for that because it wasn't the coaches that were out. Just like yesterday, the coaches weren't out there causing turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the coaches weren't putting the kids in a position that turnovers were being caused by what the coaches were doing. You know, so you saw that progression. You know, we had one penalty yesterday. One.
That's incredible.
You know, you
That
got to
is
remember
good.
these are kids, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
trust me, my wife reminds me of that.
I've had kids, and to get a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old to do what you tell them to do, sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and you know the emotions of the game kick
Well,
in, and
And the other thing, and it is, you know, I'll say this to the day I die, which may be sooner than later.
Jesus, that was dark.
As much as we love Kyler Murray, and we all
got
love Kyler Murray,
spoiled.
Oh my God.
he was so good for this program.
Yeah.
But now he's
He's
not bad for it. But the expectation level is so stinking high,
Well, and
and it's not saying it shouldn't be, but it's a standard that it's really hard to reach.
And I'll say this: I was impressed by the number of people we had at the game yesterday, but that was still nothing close to what we've seen in the past.
No, that was a very good number for, you know, I thought it was.
I was more shocked at how few Southlake fans showed up on their side.
Well, they ended
But
up
they ended
showing
up
up
they ended up
halftime.
showing up. They
at
were
halftime,
They came for the trash can
after
thing,
cocktail
yeah.
hour. Yeah.
When they all heard that they were up by 30 at halftime, they all started, well, maybe we should go up there.
But no, I think this team itself.
Bring the sushi.
Cheers. Bring the car.
I think they learned a lot about themselves, and I think last week, the game against Trinity taught them a whole bunch about themselves, what they were able to do. Coaches put in a great game plan. The kids executed it, and all the pundits out
Perfectly.
there were telling them, "You can't beat this team.
except Corbett Smith.
Hold my beer."
Yeah.
You know, here we go. Well, the kids shouldn't be saying "hold my beer," but you know, hold my Sonic slushy.
We know that.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think they realized what they can do and they could do. Now they ran into something yesterday that's you know, sometimes you just run into it. Ask Georgia. You know, Georgia thought they were all this because everybody's been telling them they were all
Georgia.
this.
Oh, Alabama.
And then Nick Saban said,
Hold my beer.
"Nice
Yeah,
to meet you." He probably said, "Hold my Chardonnay."
Well, and it was, to me, it was all execution.
It was.
We had guys that were dropping passes.
You had the middle, and I said this to these guys earlier. We were beaten on both sides of the ball in the trenches yesterday. The pressure up the middle, which every quarterback hates, was serious, and it was constant. You know, and yet we couldn't get that pressure on their guy.
Right.
And so when that happens, that's two red flags, at least in my
Right.
little football book of knowledge.
It's hard to get things to fall your way when that's happening.
Yeah. So, not executing, it'll get you beat every time.
Yeah.
So,
Blocks.
you miss a block.
You're blocking your linebacker, and then he just goes and tackles your running back for a yard loss.
Yeah.
I mean,
Happens. And so now Southlake gets the privilege of playing Duncanville.
and may they enjoy that.
Yeah.
And it's similar to Trinity. Trinity would be very emotional, win
Oh, sure.
against us, and the next
Sure.
week they were flat.
Yeah.
And it
Southlake
kind of looked
drilled
like
them
these
last
guys
year.
were flat.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and it's almost
Who
good
knows?
that Southlake ended up kind of putting us away early, if you'd say. But I'm sure they're not spent at all. It's not like it was a 42-41 game, and
Right.
and they're all spent. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they game
And who
plan.
knows? Maybe Southlake will win the
Duncanville.
whole thing. Who knows?
And they could.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, because Westlake's not in it this year. They're in D2, so there's that.
There is that. So Duncanville wins last night. I told the boys this. They held DeSoto to 3 yards rushing, which, you know, that I saw that stat, and again, stats are just stats. And Riley Dodge in the paper this morning said, "Well, we don't get too wound up in stats, but I guarantee you, if you have 3 yards rushing next week, you're going
That's
to
an eye opener.
That stat speaks volumes.
Yes, you saw that very clearly. That's a stat you should pay some attention to.
That big old tongue.
Because I don't think their quarterback. Sorry, guys. My daughter needs something, but she don't have to wait.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So they have to play Duncanville, and then North Shore plays Lake Travis in the other state semifinal.
Which that should be a good game also.
Yeah, Lake Travis is down a little bit, but they're back and they're there, and so hello.
It's the state semifinals.
Yeah, so
4 teams.
they'll get after it and see what happens. On the other
There's a
side,
lot of filtering and
D2,
distillation. Yeah.
Denton Geyer beat Prosper at our place yesterday.
Congratulations.
Second half
Rodney
comeback.
Webb, good job.
So they get to
Shoot, man.
progress in the D2
Yeah.
state.
Heard
Kate-
Jackson Smith in Jingba visited the sidelines the other day for his former coach Rodney Webb.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So Geyer will play Tomball in one side of that bracket, and then Katie will play Austin Westlake.
Didn't we play Tomball up at Mesquite one year?
I don't think we ever played
No,
Tomball.
that was yeah. Anyway, I digress.
For the 6A title. So Lovejoy, much like Allen yesterday, suffered a pretty good spanking.
Down goes Lovejoy.
Well,
Well, South Oak
South
Cliff
Oak
is a
Cliff.
team of destiny.
Good
This
for
year.
good for them.
Yeah.
The fact that South Oak Cliff is back, and they've got a hell of a.
They were dominating.
Yeah.
I mean,
They
they
got
just
a lot of
dominated
athletes on
Lovejoy
that team.
over at the Star. Was
Lot
it the
of
Star or
athletes.
the
Yeah, they played
Ford Center?
Oh, yeah.
Ford Center?
So we'll put I say we're going to put a cap on football. We're not going to put a cap on football yet.
No, because we may have some
We'll
special
put a cap
guests.
in your-
So there ain't no maybe. We're going to. It won't be next weekend. A couple of us are out of town next weekend,
2 weekends.
but probably in 2 weeks, and maybe we'll do it during the championship game. We can watch it, put it on the TV right here,
Okay.
have the guys out here. Where are you going that weekend?
Dude, I'm out down south dove hunting.
There ain't no doves.
The
down
next
there.
2. Yeah, there is.
That's fine. We'll do it without Noah.
That's fine.
Fine.
Oh, bring us back some dove breasts, man.
I
Let's
plan on it.
good.
Plan on bringing back a bunch.
We need to have barbecue.
But the Yak Boys are going to join us
That'll be fun.
for a podcast, and we
That'd be
told them
fun.
we'd do it once the season was over.
We may have to do a seniors versus juniors bowling tournament at some point too.
James has been challenged by Yak Boy Cooper Cole
Bring it on.
to a bowling contest.
All I got
can't
to say
compete
is
with you, man.
I am a 20-year-old trapped in a 60-year-old's body. That's all I got to say.
He's laughing right now, you know. This old man.
Hey,
But yeah, we're gonna have the Yak Boys on. Look forward to that. Those are some good kids,
okay?
and they've got
Man,
a lot
it's
of
the
things
fuzz.
to say. So, excuse me. Did you get Pepsi up your nose or something?
He tasted the taste the burn.
How's that mango?
That mango's up in there.
Yeah, good for you. On another note, the basketball team played in the Curtis Colwell Invitational this weekend,
And
Over in Garland.
and they won on Thursday. They won again on Friday. They won yesterday morning to get to the finals.
Oh, they were in the final game.
They were in the finals
Congratulations,
against
basketball.
Arlington Martin.
Okay.
I don't think that team's coached by Wager, but I think
could be. He needs extra cash.
yeah. And they proceeded to lose by 3 to Arlington Martin.
Okay.
So-
They had game.
Yeah, they did, and they typically do.
Congratulations, Coach Sip. I mean, you having a really good start.
He is.
Yeah.
Should have gone the other way.
Oh, oh.
But they are back in action Monday night.
Monday.
Yeah, I thought it was
Pre-district?
Tuesday, but
Pre-district game?
it is another pre-district game. But district games
Monday night.
don't start until after Christmas.
Yeah.
But I think they play Monday night. If y'all hang on just 1 second.
We'll find out.
They play South Garland Monday night at 7:30
So go. Okay. At our place.
at our place. It's a home game.
Okay.
I want to put everybody on notice because if you really like basketball, this is a fun team. Nolan went the other night. He saw them for the first time. Alan and I've been a couple
Did
of
you
times
like what
now.
you see?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
And he coaches. He coaches.
The entire game.
Active.
Yeah, just FYI, Thursday when they played, they beat Rowlett 80-43. North Garland on Friday, 71-53. They beat Frisco Independent 62-46, and then they lost to Martin, like we said, 65-62.
Okay. Very impressive.
They play South Garland, who's 4-3. Allen is now 11-4 on the season. Very respectable, playing hard. They have a game Monday, and then Friday night they go to Hebron.
Oh.
And then next Tuesday, on the 14th of December, I am jacked for this one. Lovejoy's coming to Allen.
Oh,
That's right.
When is that again?
Next 12/14, Tuesday the 14th.
Mark your calendars, 12/14.
So, because Lovejoy will bring people since it's just right down the road.
There will be blood.
The student section was fantastic the other night. That whole end was full.
It was fun.
It was really cool. So they will be there, and that will be a 7:30 start against Lovejoy, who last I checked, and I'm going to click right here, they were undefeated. Yeah, they actually lost. They're 8-1 now. Whoa! And now they got music on their Max Preps page, and I don't know why.
I like it.
You like it?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. So Lovejoy comes in at 8-1. They lost to the Texas Alliance of Christian Athletes.
Who did?
Lovejoy.
That's who they lost to?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know if
That's a homeschool.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they lost.
Well, let me put it to you this way. So Allen is ranked 8 in the state.
Yep.
Garland's 9. Let's see who's above us. Lake Highlands, Fort Bend, Elkins, Atascocita, Nemesis, Clearbrook, McKinney. Oh, that'll be fun. And then Richardson.
Richardson's number
What?
one.
Richardson's
Dude,
number one.
they are.
No,
they're
Richardson's
really
number
good.
2. Duncanville's number 1.
Oh, I think Richardson's better.
Wow. They're 7-0. We're
They
Duncanville
took
6-0.
down. Richardson took down the number 1 team in the country.
That's impressive. Which tourney was that? Houston?
No, it was the Duncanville.
Oh,
tournament,
okay.
A couple of weeks ago. So district actually does begin. We have Little Elm on 12/21. But then you don't.
At Little M, isn't it?
No, it's home.
Okay.
You don't have another district game until January 4th when you go to Geyer.
Oh, boy. Road trip.
Get to see Coach Long and his fellas.
That's right. We're going to do a shoe review. See what kind of shoes he's wearing.
Shoe review. So anyhow, the boys are playing well. They're a fun team to watch. Come out Monday night and then again next Tuesday, home games. And now we can talk about our pregame meal.
Oh,
Or do we want to give that thanks?
what?
Do we what?
Our pre podcast caller asked about it. Just to
Yeah, we did
kind
do
of
that
close
too.
out. Just a final close out to this.
Yeah, Thad called a while ago, guys, and so he asked that we would take a moment and we would thank all of the Allen Eagles senior football players and their parents
Seniors.
for however many years you played. Some 2, 3, 4, some are all the way from ASA.
Yeah.
For everything that you've given to the program. We know it didn't end the way you wanted it to, nor us. Trust us, we feel your pain in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just wanted to say thank you, and we agree with that.
We echo that.
Number one,
You're number
baby.
1 in our book.
That's right. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate the memories, which we'll have forever, and you will
Thanks
too.
for the memory.
Don't be a stranger when you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know how you're doing.
Don't blow us off either.
Yeah, you hear that, Yak boys? Don't blow us off. But yeah, just for all you've done for the program, for us, for the fans, it's been great. We appreciate you a lot.
It's been fun.
So now we can go to a pregame meal.
Yes. Oh my God. It was so good. Barbecue.
David and Jackie, David who's not here
They're
today,
the old people.
are good friends with the owners of 407 Barbecue in Argyle. And so since we were closed yesterday, we decided
Just up the road.
to take a little gander up there, see what it was all about, because we had never been.
Right.
David has been, Jackie been several times, and they always send us pictures and texts and say, y'all need to get out here. And so we took advantage of it. And I think you actually ordered first, didn't you? You were first in line?
I had the 3 meat plate,
Oh.
with the brisket,
Oh,
About
Pulled
20 pounds
pork
worth.
and jalapeno cheese sausage with the staple sides of mac and cheese and fried okra.
Right, okra. Let me tell you what, portions are huge.
OMG.
Barbecue, the beef was brisket was amazing.
Oh my
the
gosh,
ribs
that
were
brisket
pretty
was
good. Not as good as
fantastic.
Hutchins, but I like the ribs a lot. Sausage was to die for.
Hutchins
What'd you have?
Homer.
I had the 2-meat plate with brisket and turkey. And the one thing I will say, because we've been to a lot of barbecue places, that is the most barbecue I've ever gotten
Yeah.
Yeah.
on a plate.
Yeah.
Not stingy.
And it was cheap comparative to.
Well, for what you got, I thought
Yeah.
it was a very fair price. Because you
Very
look
fair
at
price.
it. Because this is not a lie. Sherry and I went to Hutchins a couple weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was $60 for the two of us. And I was just like, now I know prices have gone up,
Dude,
but I was just like,
that
dude,
plate
for that
at
new
Hutchins
wiring.
would been not that they're looking to sponsor us
Yeah.
or anything, but that plate at
should.
Hutchins that I had would
you
have
had
cost
to-
me $45 at Hutchins
Yeah.
easily.
Mm-hmm.
It was only 27 at
Yeah.
407.
So my 2-meat plate was $20.
Yeah.
It was great, but I was like, I couldn't eat all.
Oh, I couldn't.
Same here.
I did, but I
And
should
like
have.
Sherry gave you some of hers because you were eating on the lighter fare.
The chicken was delicious, I must say.
Oh,
I must say.
yeah.
And so yeah, it was great. Brandon and his wife Elizabeth showed up. Randy Bridges and his family showed up. It was, we had a little.
I'm amazed Brandon pulling that big old smoker of his behind his Harley.
With Miss Elizabeth on the back too. That's
that
no joke
too.
right there.
Sure, that was
Yeah.
a bumpy
But
ride.
no, if you're ever up in Argyle, you're looking for a place to eat.
Well worth it.
407 is a
And
destination.
boy, I tell you what, we got there at the right time too, because by the time we were leaving, that line was growing.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got there. It opened at 11, and it was well worth being there. Now, the one thing I will tell you, if you show up at 11 and it's kind of summertime or like this, bring yourself a jacket because that
They
place
won't have
was,
it cranked
Ooh, it
down.
was cold inside.
it was cold in there.
That food was fantastic.
You needed the meat sweats to get your heat back up.
Man, you're gonna have to stop wearing that midriff and shorts.
Ah,
man.
Yeah, that
Hey,
too.
tell you what,
Put some clothes on.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah. So, people,
What else?
anything else you want to say about this season? You missed a lot of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're glad to have you back. We're glad to have you as the
And people are
capper.
so glad to see you. I don't know if you've noticed.
They don't know me very well, obviously.
well, but
the one-
I've gotten some feedback that they're real happy
It's
that you're
it's been very
recovering and
wonderful.
back.
And I do have to sit there and be very subdued, or I'll start crying because
Aw.
it has been just overwhelming, the love and support from everybody, people that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Like
it's,
us.
it's been wonderful.
People you wish you didn't know.
Guys,
What?
Oh no.
my wife had to drive to Houston this morning, and she's on her way back, and I just picked up to see where she was.
She stopped.
She's
where
at the
I think she
bakery.
stopped.
Holland Street Bakery, baby!
It's going to be a good night in the Capucci house
You know
tonight.
you got a good
Hey,
woman.
is
when
she
you-
asking for?
No, I just
order?
saw she's parked there.
Dude, text her and have her bring some of the
Which
praline,
one? Where? Which?
In
Oh, in
Corsicana.
Corsicana. That's
Yeah.
right.
praline cookies. Text her.
Oh, she's moving, James. Sorry.
No, you had your chance. It's over. It's gone. Bye-bye.
So I'm glad I looked at my phone. For those of you that don't know, Collins Street Bakery, it's the bomb.
It's the bomb.
What are they?
Cherry icebox cookies.
Yeah. Don't ask Dave about it.
Yeah, don't ask David.
Yeah.
See,
Dave's got
he's
a
moving again, but that was funny.
bad experience.
That was funny. But no, a great season. We had fun. We learned a
Had a
lot. We got
blast.
a road trip to Tyler, which was great.
That was fun.
We had a good time there.
Saw General Booty.
Speaking of
oh
General
my
Booty,
gosh.
glad you said
what
that.
What a great season he had.
They played in the championship yesterday.
And got the dub.
Coffeeville, Kansas.
Got the dub.
What's the opponent? General Booty, congratulations on a 21-7 victory. I know he threw at least one touchdown pass. We talked to him last week. He was at
Yes,
the
He
we did.
Trinity
stopped
game.
by.
He did.
Yeah.
It was good to see him.
Maybe
was
we'll
good.
put him on the cover thing. That picture we took with him.
You know, it's out there. But yeah, he had a great season for those guys, and he's got several offers that he's contemplating on where his next move
Right.
is. And
So
he'll
good
let
luck.
us know.
Good luck with your analysis and,
Yep.
and good luck in your future there.
You betcha.
And
So,
that's just a note to all those players out there. You don't necessarily have to go direct D1.
Nope.
There are paths.
You can find a home.
And you
Get
do
your-
get better offers if you're friends of the Balding Eagles. That's all I know.
Well, it's tried and tested.
Yeah.
Just ask any of them. They know.
Just ask any of us.
Yeah, we have so much pull.
Yeah, we do.
It's all about the influence.
Yeah, exactly. All right, folks. It's been fun. We're not done. We got more podcasts coming, but from a football perspective,
Thanks for hanging with us. All you
Appreciate
player
it.
parents out there, don't be strangers.
that's right.
Gosh.
We had such fun talking to player parents yesterday, and that's always good for us to get to know the families behind the numbers.
Right. Because we are community.
Doggone right we are.
It's a team. It's a family. Come on.
Exactly. So till next time, people. And by the way, we're going to say this because Nolan's sitting here and he's happy today because the Razorbacks got their bowl invitation. And so for those of you that got the proper bowl invitation for your college team, congratulations.
Right. So number 3 actually gets you something.
In the West.
Yeah, they play Penn State. I'm like,
Who is that?
Arkansas. Yeah, I mean, maybe you could start talking
Penn-
trash
Penn
with
who?
Bo Nickel and see how that
All
works out
white
for you.
uniforms.
Oh, I
with
may
one
have
black
to.
stripe on the helmet.
I'll
That's it.
tweet him and say, "Hey, Bo, want to put a bet on this game?"
Just
geez.
don't agree to fight him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. No, hell no.
You will go down. He's a bad
You'll
dude.
see. You'll never see a 275-pound guy go down so quick in your entire life.
All you got to do, Bo Nickel.
All right.
Dude,
Here's
he
the
can-
instruction to Nola. Take a dive in the first.
The first swing, duck and go down.
Him and doing that MMA crap too. I was like,
Right.
ooh.
Thanks for all our listeners, for our new subscribers. We appreciate y'all as well. Just keep those numbers coming. Pass
Right.
it on to your friends.
Bring questions
Yeah.
if you got ideas.
We
we're
take
we're open to
tips.
anything. Yep, we take
Yeah.
tips.
We do take tips. So until next time, folks, have a good day. And it's over, and we are out.
Peace.